Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to DIY simple Valentine home decor using Dollar Tree items. So if you're ready, let's get started. For the first DIY, I'm going to be using this Dollar Tree wood box. And I'll also be using 2 wood dowels, also from Dollar Tree. So the first thing that I'm going to do is hot glue these wood dowels on the 2 front corners of the box. These are going to hold up a sign that reads roses. I'll also be using this wood arrow, also from Dollar Tree. Now what I'm going to do is cut it to the size that I need to make it a sign. First I'm going to remove the hanger and also the staples using my needle nose pliers. So I'm going to start by making a marking where I need to cut my board, and I'll be using the dowels as my guide as to how wide my board needs to be. I'll be using my hand saw to saw off the piece that I need. I'll be hot gluing the board up at the top where my dowels are, just like this. So I'm going to turn it over on the back side and I'm going to mark off where I need to hot glue the sign onto my dowels. And I'm just going to eyeball this the height that I want it to be. And to reinforce it and to give it extra hold, I'm going to also add some duct tape. I'll also be using some Waverly chalk paint in the color white. So I'm going to start by painting my sign first in this white color and then move on to the 2 dowels and then move on also to the bottom tray or box. Now I am going to paint the exterior walls and then also the interior walls. Now I'm going to let this sit for a few hours until the paint dries completely. I'm also going to be using 4 of these tower game blocks from Dollar Tree. These are going to serve as legs for my rose cart. I'll be using this black acrylic paint to paint the 4 wooden blocks. I'm also going to give these a few hours so they can dry completely. Okay, so now that the paint is dry on my cart sign, I'm going to go ahead and use the masking tape to make some lines down the board. And I'll be placing them vertically as you see me do there. And I'm just gonna rub down the tape to make sure that it adheres well onto the wood. Now I'll be using this Waverly chalk paint in the color Ballet Slipper. I'll also be using this beauty sponge to apply the paint. And while the paint is still wet, I'm going to go ahead and remove the masking tape. I'll also be using this poster stickers from Dollar Tree and I'll be spelling out the word roses. And I also want to give you this tip: to line up letters, you can just use a masking tape and just put it across your object so that you can have a straight line when you apply your letters. I'm also going to add some Mod Podge and just put a thin layer of it over my letters just to make sure that the letters adhere well. I'm also going to be using these DIY sticker hearts, and these I just hauled yesterday. If you want to see the video on my Dollar Tree haul, I'll go ahead and link it above and also down below. These hearts come in the color red and some glitter pink and also the natural color. I'm going to be using 3 of the hearts that have just the natural color to them. I'll be using this Waverly chalk paint in the color Ballet Slipper to paint my hearts. You can't really tell, but it is a really pretty soft pink color. And now I'm just going to let the paint dry. I'm also going to use this Sharpie oil-based marker, and I'm going to write on one of my hearts 25 cents. And now I'll be hot gluing those hearts in the front of the cart. And now that the paint is dry on my little pieces of wood, I'm going to go ahead now and apply them underneath my cart, and this is going to serve as legs. And now I'm going to go ahead and add these pieces of foam inside the cart. I'll be using some tea roses and also some roses from Dollar Tree. And I'll be using my wire cutters to cut the roses off their stem, and here I'm just making sure that the height is good enough. And I'm just going to continue cutting the roses off their stems and then just placing them inside the cart. I'm going to be using this oval wood shape from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to start by painting it with this Waverly chalk paint in the color white. And now I'm just going to let the paint dry for a few hours, and if you notice, I didn't paint the bottom part, and you'll see why in a bit. I'll also be using these googly eyes from Dollar Tree. Now this oval shape is going to be a snowman's head or face. So what I'm going to do here is just mark off where I need to place those googly eyes. I want to make sure that they're even, so I'll be using my ruler and a pencil for that. And I'll also be doing that for the smile. Using an eraser top from a pencil, I went ahead and I dipped it on some black paint, and then I stamped on the smile onto my snowman's face. I apologize, I don't have that video clip because I thought my camera was running, but it wasn't. And now I'm going to hot glue the googly eyes onto my snowman's face. Now for the snowman's nose, what I did is just draw out a triangle shape on a cardboard and then I cut it off. And I'll be painting it with this acrylic paint in the color Spice Carrot. I'll be using this e.l.f. pink lipstick, and so what I want to do is give my winner snowman some pink cheeks. So I'm going to be using a sponge to sponge on the blush onto my snowman. And now I'm going to hot glue the nose on my snowman. I'll also be using this black pipe cleaner, and this is going to go around the snowman's head. Now what I'm going to do is create some earmuffs for the snowman. So I'm going to start off by hot gluing the ends of the pipe cleaner on each side. Now for the muffs, I'm going to be using these pom-poms from these fashion accessories from Dollar Tree. So what I'm going to do first is just cut off the elastic from the pom-poms. And now I'm just going to hot glue the pom-pom onto the side of the snowman where his ears would be, if he had ears. Okay, so now that I have the winter snowman's face all done, now I'm going to move on to its body. For the body, I'm going to be using this Dollar Tree picture frame. And I'll be painting it with the Waverly chalk paint in the color Ballet Slipper. And I'll just be painting the insert and also the frame. Okay, so now that the paint is dry, I'm going to turn it over to the back side and I'm going to add these little pieces of wood from Dollar Tree from the tower game, and I just want to give this more stability, so I'm just going to hot glue them onto the back side. I'll also be using one of these hearts from the Dollar Tree Valentine Decor. And all I'm gonna do is hot glue this white one in the center of the frame. And lastly, I'm just gonna add some hot glue to the snowman's face and apply it to the back side of the frame. And to make sure that the snowman's head would stay put on the frame, I added some more hot glue on the back side. I'll be using these adorable ceramic homes. And from these Dollar Tree wooden hearts, I'll be using 2 of them. And some acrylic paint in the color Pink Blush. This is going to be a very easy DIY. What I did is just paint the roof with the pink paint, and I only painted 2 of the little houses. The one in the middle, I left the roof as is. And this is how the first little house turned out, and now I'm going to let the paint dry and move on to the other house. Next, I started to paint the little wooden hearts with the same color. The next thing that I did is position the hearts where I was going to hot glue them. And that was it for this project. For the last DIY, I'll be using 3 of these Dollar Tree candles, a gold paint marker, 1 wooden heart from Dollar Tree, some twine, and some of these wood beads from Dollar Tree. And also this plastic tray, also from Dollar Tree. And these spray paints, the gold, the pink, and also some white. Okay, so I'm gonna start by spray painting 2 of these candles, and I'm gonna paint 2 of them in the pink color, and then the center one, I'm gonna paint it in the gold spray paint. And then for the tray, I'm also gonna paint this in the pink color. I'm also gonna spray paint the heart with the white spray paint. The Dollar Tree wood beads are different sizes, and I grabbed the biggest ones. I'm actually going to be using 6 of them, and I'm going to paint 2 of them gold, 2 in pink, and 2 in white. Okay, so now that the paint is dry on my candles, I'm going to write XOXO on both of the pink candles. I was being very careful because the gold paint would run if I would press it too hard, so I had to take my time doing this. And this is how both candles turned out. And here are my painted beads and also the white heart. Next, I'm going to add some hot glue at the end and then place my heart there. Next, I'm going to tie a knot at the end and then cut it off. And now I'm going to wrap the beads around the gold candle. And then I'm going to wrap some twine around all 3 candles. And then I'll be placing all 3 of them in the pink tray. Well, that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and also share. I'd really appreciate it. You have yourself a blessed day, and until my next video, bye-bye and God bless.